cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct a trial. Is not done anywhere in the world. And it will happen in my case. Nobody has, there's no exception. No exception whatsoever. That's what the law says. Section 12 of the Constitution, what does it say?
If the president does this, our president would have put his hands in the arc of history.
The Nigerian prison. We believe that the Nigerian prison does not have special interest in this matter, as the DSS has. The DSS has 101% interest. Now, in the next few weeks or days or whatever, before the next adjourned date, you hear from the legal team as to our next course of action.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News. I never wanted to talk about this video because we have made series of videos about Nnamdi Kanu. Yet again, there's another video of Nnamdi Kanu in court whereby the federal government is trying to persecute him for terrorism. And Nnamdi Kanu, this is not sit well with him. He was furious and angry, and this is what he has to say.
The Prohibition and Prevention Act says I cannot be tried in Nigeria. That's the law of Nigeria. I can never be tried in any court of law in Nigeria. That's what the law says. Anybody standing in trial or coming to try me is a terrorist. That's what their law says. Not me.
As simple as that.
Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. That's what it says. Any court considered to try me is committed an act of terrorism.
Yes.
Very clear. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then come to try that very person. Is not done anywhere in the world. So you must be aware of that. So that is why there is all these ridiculous delays. That is what Supreme Court said. I did not jump bail. My home was invaded. They came to, and I survived. They came to Kenya to kidnap me, brought me back to this country and seeking to try me, which the law says cannot happen. You cannot violate a treaty that Nigeria entered into and then hope to stand on that illegality to conduct a trial. Is not done anywhere in the world. And it will happen in my case. Nobody has, there's no exception. No exception whatsoever. That's what the law says. Section 12 of the Constitution, what does it say? Any treaty ratified by Nigeria becomes law. It's law. You cannot change it. It doesn't matter what they do. All this shenanigans is just pure rubbish. You never stand. Not with me. I believe in justice and fairness, that's all.
Nigeria is trying to survive, not the condition. She did. She denied, in point of fact, she denied 2 applications. One is to restore his bail, and the other one is an alternative application. If you won't restore his bail, then transfer him to home detention. These 2 applications were geared towards providing the environment for him to get a fair trial. Unfortunately, the court was not in sync with us. But it's very, very important to stress this point, that what got us this far, what led to all these problems, is the refusal of the court to obey or implement, for want of a better word, to implement the ruling of the Supreme Court that Nnamdi Kanu never jumped bail, that he was driven into exile by the actions of the prosecution, and therefore the ruling by the court that a jumped bail shouldn't have been made. So ordinarily we expected that this court would have just followed suit by restoring his bail, but it didn't happen. So now the court has, that's not what the Supreme Court said. So we are going to look at that. We are going to go home as a legal team and ruminate over this and come out with a legal response to this anomaly. The court made some order that he felt is in our favor, but really it is not in our favor. He made modifications in the conditions of the detention at the DSS. If you recall, they used to take documents from us. They used to listen in because they bugged the place and everything. She made an order that the room should be changed and all that. But I think this is pyrrhic and that we should take note. This is pyrrhic. It's not enough to guarantee that Nnamdi Kanu will get a fair trial. So in the next few weeks or days or whatever, before the next adjourned date, you hear from the legal team as to our next course of action. My other colleagues would like to say a few words as well. Thank you. Okay, we had another kind of ruling today, which the ordinary person on the street might think that a favor had been done to us. But it's still the same thing. It's just the other side of the coin that was tossed. We are still going to remain in the premises and facilities of the DSS. You know, this issue of bugging
This issue of bugging is a very critical and technical thing. And we know that the Nigerian DSS is about the most sophisticated secret police in the whole of Africa. And they have a lot of equipment. The walls, inside the bricks of their building has chips, microphones, cameras, inside the walls of their building. So there is no how the court has made it that they should give us a clean room. Who determines the cleanness of the room? Who determines the positions of the box? So the thing, provided it's still inside the DSS premises, it's still there. Those boxes will always be there. These things have been built long before now. You know, and these are structures and boxes that have been planted many years. They can't break the walls of the houses, of their rooms, to remove those boxes. Now let me tell us something. Recently, they moved us to the office of the assistant director that they call ADOS. Now, in that place is somebody's office, all manner of equipment. There are so many things. So how do you even determine that the place does not have a bug? A room filled with property, chairs, television, gadgets, cameras. How do you determine what is functioning and what is not functioning? So it's like giving us a banana with one hand and then collecting it with the other hand. So there is nothing new, nothing has changed. Provided you are in the premises of the State Security Service of Nigeria, nothing has changed. A place where you can say it's not bugged is the Nigerian prison. You can be sure that in the Nigerian prison, nothing is bugged. And now, the witnesses that they are going to bring are those who are working in the DSS. So those witnesses will sit in the other room and listen to our questioning and answer session with our clients. Then at the end of the day, when you now bring the witness to court, they already know what we are going to ask. They already know the answers to everything. So you see, justice should not only be done, but should be seen to be done. Now, if you take us to the Nigerian prison, we believe that the Nigerian prison does not have special interest in this matter, as the DSS has. The DSS has 101% interest. Now, if you take us to the prison people know that their function is to keep this man. They are not coming to testify. They're not coming.
I personally believe that now is the time for Nigeria to begin to bind the wounds of division. So I am therefore using this opportunity to appeal to our president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, to address some certain mistakes and missteps of the past and begin to redirect our nation to path of national reconciliation. And one way our president can do this is to look anew at the case of Nnamdi Kanu and immediately consider the prospects of political solution to his situation. If the president does this, our president would have put his hands in the arc of history and begin to bend that arc towards the hope for a better Nigeria that is anchored on justice, equity, fairness, peace, security, and economic stability. So long as this matter drags on, the wounds of division will continue to last. And that is not what this country needs now. What we need now, more than anything else, is peace and unity. What I'm asking the president to do is to consider the prospects of political solution to the situation. That is by way of out-of-court solution to this problem. This is a political matter that ought to have been dealt politically by exploring political solutions. That is our call to the president and, by extension, the federal government of Nigeria. My name is Captain Peace Johnson, U.S. Army retired.
Now, I've made videos about the federal government, the current government, the past government, how these people are marginalizing the Igbo people in Nigeria. Now, when it comes to the case of Nnamdi Kanu, I will say there is no difference between Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho, and Sowore. These people were revolutionaries. They were crying for division of Nigeria. Now, immediately after Tinubu took over office, Sunday Igboho were on parole and they forgive him and they pardon him and he was set loose and free. Sowore was pardoned and set loose and free. These two people are Yoruba. The same crime. But Nnamdi Kanu have been held hostage. What Nnamdi Kanu said was not different from what Sunday said. What Nnamdi Kanu did was not different from what Sunday did. These people were, Nnamdi Kanu were crying for Biafra, Sunday was crying for Oduduwa Republic, and Shogore were saying they need the revolution. All these are under the same treasonable felony, according to the government. I'm not saying that they commit treasonable felony. But why is it that the two Yoruba people have been pardoned, but Nnamdi Kanu is still under the EFCC custody? Anytime this man appears in court, it reminds me of the civil war that happened in Nigeria. That they are still trying to transfer these aggressions of the civil war that happened the time of Ojukwu towards these Igbo people. Now, like I told you guys before, remember how they're demolishing the East Igbo people. It's just like whenever I'm making this particular video, it's just like I'm trying to infiltrate a trade to this federal government. But I want you guys to prove me wrong. What have I said that is different from what is happening in Nigeria right now? Nnamdi Kanu, what did he do? I want you guys, there is everybody in Nigeria that wants the betterment of their country. Remember under the president Yaradua, nobody were crying for revolution. Everybody were just happy because things were moving on fine. That was a northern president because it carried everybody along. Remember Goloke Billy Jonathan, though there were some protests aside because people were crying that the economy were not moving, but nobody were fighting for revolution. Now Buhari took over office, things change. Start favoring only the northerns, and things were not moving on in Nigeria. Every reasonable Nigerian, those that could not speak out, those that do not have voice, everybody really wanted this country to divide. But because him himself is kind of powerful and people obey or listen to him, he had a louder voice. That is why they figure him out, and that is why they fish him out, and that was the reason they arrested him. Now it's more than 2 years. Oh, okay. The only crime I see that he committed, he created ESN. The ESN on their own were carrying out some certain assignments, trying to fish out all the bad crimes in the forest, like what the Fulani were doing. The Fulani are still doing right now, going into their forest, trying to secure their home and all of that. The former president then, Buhari, was not really happy about that. Seeing them, taking cows down, seeing them hunting Fulani herdsmen in the forest. These people did not go to Fulani house in the city and start doing anything. These people were only in the forest saying, if you must live in our land, go and rent a house, not in the forest. That was only their crime. Maybe the way they were doing it out of law. I don't know. I'm not a law enforcement agency, neither a lawyer or a senate. But what they were doing, they were trying to secure the land. This did not sit well with the federal government. And the federal government on their own decided to say, oh, Nnamdi Kanu commit treasonable felony. That makes them to break their own law. They went ahead to travel across a nation to go and extract somebody from Kenya and brought it to Nigeria and force him now, telling him to confess that he's a terrorist. For those that are lovers of APC and those that love Yoruba, we are on one Nigeria. You guys said we are on one Nigeria. Now, I want you guys to comment in the comment section. Why is it that Sunday Igboho was pardoned, Sowore was pardoned, and Nnamdi Kanu is not pardoned? Please, it's just a simple question. Please comment it in the comment section. Sunday Igboho creating your own security. He has his own security. Nnamdi Kanu created ESN. So the Igboho were after Fulani that were in the forest. Nnamdi Kanu were after Fulani herdsmen that was in the forest. Sunday Igboho were crying for or agitating for Oduduwa. Nnamdi Kanu were agitating for Biafra. Now, please, I want you guys to tell me why we want to get pardon and the other will not get pardon. Please comment it in the comment section. That is just my question. No. Me, I'm not getting another question. So that it shouldn't be like, oh, you're disrespecting our government. Oh, ESCC, come and see this. Oh, CNN, come and see this. Oh, BBC, DSS, SSS, and come and see what this guy is saying. It's just a simple question. Please tell me, why will Yoruba person get pardon and Igbo person will not get pardon? Remember that all the Igbo people, some are happy that he's there, while many are saying that they should release him. The Ohanese, the Igbo community have pleaded in every form. They are pleaded in every form going to meet Tinubu because they know that what is happening is not the judicial that is keeping him there. It's not DSS that is keeping him there, but we all know that is order from the president. Now, if the president just could make a call and let's say, okay, let's pardon Nnamdi Kanu, okay, let's release him. Do you think that DSS will have the power to say, no, we can go against what the president said, or the judicial himself? We all know that this is not the case of judicial. The judicial have said severally that Nnamdi Kanu should go scot-free because he was on bail condition, but the same Buhari sent Operation Python Dance to his house to go and unalive his family. This guy decided to escape. That is his own crime. Why did you escape? Somebody points pew pew against you and said, oh, if you dodge it, that means you commit a crime. Wait, let me move you. Because this guy dodged it and run, then they said, oh, it's a treasonable felony. It's a shame on most of you gullible Nigerians that are saying, oh, this government, they have done some good in Nigeria. They have done no good but harm in this country. They have ridiculed the economy of this country. They have tried everything within their power, every point, every angle, every area they show off their face. It tells that they don't want Igbo good in this nation. And the Igbo on their own self, on the other hand, don't even want the unity. I don't even see what they are doing and all of that, going after themselves. Well, I don't know. Let me just end this video here so that I will not go out of boundary. All right, we're going to be ending this video here. What are your thoughts? Please comment it in the comment section. Remember, we love you, but God loves you more. If you love us, the only way you can show your love to us is to like this video, comment your thoughts about this video, share this video to all your platform, above it all, subscribe. Please, if you do, turn on your notification bell so that you wouldn't miss out our future uploads. Until we meet again, stay tuned with Nnamdi TV. Peace out.